And we are back in Snagem's hideout, fully healed because there's lots of battles ahead of us still. Who would have thought it? I get to battle you again! And that you do, which I'm excited about, because I'm pretty sure this is a cipher that has the Delibird that we didn't get because we accidentally KO'd it. I don't remember if it was a late game cipher or early game cipher, but there we go, it is the one I was thinking of. And this is also the second last cipher that there is that will greet us or stop us, whatever you decide to actually call it, that will fight. And I don't know if that one will have a shadow Pokemon or not. I don't really remember what ones we've caught, which ones we haven't. Either way, there's only really one way to find out, and we're also just going to start throwing a Pokeball because, well, we're just a tad bit higher level, 73 and almost level 70, versus level 45. At least for that one, so that makes me think that is probably a more of a mid-game, because I don't believe any of the shadow Pokemon that we refight, whatever I said there, I don't believe those ones actually are any high level. I could be wrong, but either way, I'm just going to try my best to actually fight this one. But also, as we're going through, because obviously at this point, if you have joined me all the way through all this game, or if you watched it, you probably have played this game before. For you guys, what has your opinions for these shadow Pokemon choices to be? Because for me, I do like them, but some of them I wish were replaced from like other Pokemon. Like I kind of wish you could get like with Sasaria for whatever reason. I kind of wish you could get a Gardevoir instead of like say a Delibird, like I love Delibird. Like I still want it, I would definitely use it, but it wouldn't be my first choice. But at the same time, I do think that all the shadow Pokemon that are actually here in the game are good choices as well. So I just thought I would just hear your guys' opinions. But now I'll fast forward through here and hope that we can actually catch a Delibird this time and not KO it. Okay, I'd just like to point that out, how, Earthquake doesn't affect Delibird, because, well, it uses Levitate, but it's also still Flying type. But I wonder why did it just say when it attacked Miss, because, it's in the air still. And we take revenge, and now it's just trying to take care of that Delibird, which, again, hopefully we can actually fight. And also, one thing that I find kind of interesting, or I guess kind of weird in a way, the fact that you can't just get Cipher after Cipher. Like, you actually have to, like, I think, exit in order for it to actually reset them, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know if it's the same thing with just going up and down the stairs. And then we killed a Delibird after that. I was like, bruh, I was hoping that Crunch would be one of those moves that wouldn't just one-shot kill the poor thing, but unfortunately not. But I still believe we'll still be able to try to catch that Delibird at some point. Just right now, I don't feel like resetting that, because that was still a really fun fight. Plus, I want to heal the Pokemon and also go up the other stairs. By up, I mean down, which would be over here, which I don't believe are actually here. And oh, okay, we'd be going up anyways, and we can't interact with this dude for whatever reason. Now we can. Caine, sounds like you've been playing here all over the place. Playtime is over. I'll reduce you to a sorry state of Snagem machine lab. I have no idea if this is the lab or not. And also, that was going to be another question I was going to ask. I wonder if this would technically be a laboratory as well. Because we know that the Ciphers and the Snagem team, I don't know why I just forgot their name, despite saying them all over the place. But it's just like, wait, would it be a hideout and a lab, or would it be just a lab, or just a laboratory? I'm very curious to see what you guys' opinions are on that, and dang right that kills it. I'm also really surprised that it actually got Gravile that low as well, but also the fact that they also haven't evolved it for whatever reason. But that's also why I decided to use Ice Beam on it, because it's super effective. No, I really love Grovyle. So I guess here's another question for you guys. I think that's 3 questions in one, 2 questions in one. I don't know. Either way. But for you guys, this is just a question for all the Pokemon games. So for any that you have played, or ones that you haven't played but have seen them at least. I don't know what move would be best to use against them, but I'm just gonna continue to use Earthquake. Because Owl's also faster, so it'll at least lower it that much so it can KO it anyways. But anyways, I got distracted. What is your guys' favorite or favorites for the generation starters? As for me, I like Chico and its evolution forms, but also really have a soft spot for Mudkip because that was my first, well, Emerald was actually my first Pokemon game, and Mudkip was my first starter, and I really like Snivy and Oshawott as well. I would say just those. I really like Primeape, even though I've never actually used a Primeape before, but it's still one of the starters like, hello, it's a monkey? Monkeys are cute. And I actually really like the evolutions for the newest game, so I don't remember all of the starters, so... I didn't think you'd be this tough. No wonder you're famous. And I didn't realize that we were famous, so cool, there's that. And, ooh, 2 max revives, that is perfect for us. And, okay, wonder what's in here. It's an item, so I'm glad we went back, because it gives us 3 rare candies. Okay, cool, I don't really know if we need that. And we can't even get back there, unfortunately. But that means we would go all the way back to the other staircase then. And I went the wrong way and ended up going back to the entrance, so apparently we're just going to fight Cipher Hideout here, or however you say it. Whoopsie, no, I'm not about to let you through. I mean, I wasn't trying to go through, so technically you're doing me a favor, sending me back. Now, you're about to find out whether this person actually has a Shadow Pokemon for us to catch on. I don't believe so, but still, we're just gonna fast forward if not. And he does, and now I'm really scared that Earthquake is going to KO this poor Heracross. Heracross is also one of those Pokemon I really like, and honestly, I have asked what you guys' favorite Pokemons are before and the types and stuff like that, and good, it's not super effective, which means I'm just going to continue to use Earthquake and hope that it doesn't KO it. But anyways, one thing that I've noticed while playing Scarlet and Violet is how much I actually really like to use Bug-type Pokemon, or how much I really like Bug-type Pokemon that is. Because a lot of them that I caught I was like really wanting, aside from like Dragon-type moves and stuff like that, or Dragon-type moves, Dragon-type Pokemon, ended up just being Bug-type. And I still really like Psychic, but I think just over time my like between different types of Pokemon have changed. And we're gonna get Heracross. Sweet Ted. I love you, Heracross. It's because I love you, you know that I love you. But also, I'm sure you didn't want to get killed by Fortress again, because this thing clearly wants to use Earthquake, despite it, knowing it could hit the other Pokemon. I'm also surprised still that we could hit, Fortress with ground-type moves, considering you would think you would have Levitate. But no. Anyways, it doesn't matter, we KO'd it, and we got, well, my girl Heracross, which honestly, I might switch out depending on how you guys feel about using Heracross in late game. No, what? Not fair. Don't tell me you turned way tougher than before. I mean, yes, you can see my Pokemon, they're all evolved, and KO'd. But anyways, back up to the other stairs. Okay, and I believe it's here that we left off last time. But also didn't realize we could also refight some trainers, so I ended up refighting Dragton, which has the Lantern Pokemon. Didn't realize that actually was super effective, or super, not super effective. I'll continue that after we get into this fight. Oh, where did that guy take off after snagging my Shadow Pokemon? I mean, I don't know what Shadow Pokemon you're talking about, but interesting, it's probably someone new we haven't fought before. But anyways, I was going to say I didn't realize that Lantern, despite being a water-type Pokemon, is actually, I guess, super weak, or really weak whenever you want to say it against ground-type moves, because I used Earthquake, and I thought it was just going to be, like, neutralized because it's also electric-type, but no, it didn't. and I don't know why it amazes me, it just does. We're also just going to not use Ice Beam because we don't have much of that move left. So we're just going to use that, and once again, use Earthquake. And yes, we only have 3, and now 2 more after this to actually be able to use that. But we do have, I guess, PP restores, whatever you want to call it, to actually be able to get it all back again. Because Earthquake is really OP, but also the fact that we could also switch out Gono to Zipper, and also use Earthquake for that. And we could also switch out, Al to Lyric as well, because pretty sure they have pretty similar moves. Not the exact same, because obviously they're not mirrored, because not 2 Pokemon all have the same moves. At least, that's for me. I'm not the kind of person who usually uses a whole party to just have all the same moves and stuff like that. And I would also go to use Solar Beam because I don't believe Earthquake will one-shot KO. And okay, I was pretty sure that Weezing would have Levitate on, because that would just make sense. But I also wasn't too sure about that. At first, for just a second, I thought this was smoke coming out of it, or I guess the toxic smoke. I don't really know what's coming out of Weezing. But I thought it would just fall asleep for whatever reason, just because I saw it in the corner of my eye. But nope. It did not, and now we're actually going to use Seismic Tox because at least we know that it's going to at least hit it. But also the fact that, Earthquake would have been at loss using it against the Sand Flash that's no longer existing. Unless he has another Pokemon after this, which I didn't think he did. Because usually parties in this game have up to 4. I think the most that they would do is 5. Aside from bosses or whatever you want to call them. Just the admins, I believe, had 6 Pokemon in them. I don't really remember. And oh, you actually healed your Pokemon. That is still really weird how most trainers in Pokemon games decide not to actually heal their Pokemon. I get the beginner trainers, just maybe they don't really know what's going on, or they haven't actually been able to get over to an area that has healing. And interesting, so that's why Pain Split, it didn't just heal. Still technically did, because I guess it's a healing move in a way. Still, hopefully this will KO it so it doesn't KO our Pokemon. And even if it does, we have plenty of revives and stuff that we could use as well. But nope, decided to use Sludge. And the question is, against moves though. I also really like Poison type Pokemon, and it really did change for my legs. And I'm sure this has also been the same way for you guys as well if you played Pokemon from Gen 1 or Gen 2, Gen 3, just any games before, I would say after Platinum, because at that point that would be half. And a lot of things changed after Diamond, Pearl, Platinum as well in terms of types and stuff like that. But anyways, I'm sure your guys' preferences and stuff have also changed over time. No fair, you stinking cheating mother. I mean, I know he's saying mother, but I like to say he's just covering trying to swear. But either way, we are actually going to leave it here, because I want to heal up the Pokemon, but also I think at this point there is even more battle stuff that we can go through. So yeah, we'll also figure out, I guess, after next episode, depending on if it gets stopped again or not, if there's another cipher. Either way, I'm able to figure that out and not ramble on to you guys. So thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed. If you liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Slap that subscribe button, say something down in the comments down below, do what you do, and I will see you in the next video, which we will continue. And I'm pretty sure in here, Concept will also be back, so that's going to be interesting, refighting him. But all of that will be rediscovered or discovered next episode. Peace.